So I just went to the UK to review one of the universities that you may have heard of, which is Coventry University. And here are my thoughts on what it takes and what your experience is going to be like if you're planning on studying in the UK as an international student. What's happening, everybody? My name is Z, and I'm just a guy who makes videos for students like you who are planning on studying abroad. I do my best to actually give away as much money so you can afford your tuition fees, and sometimes I even just choose people randomly and pay for their flights.
Why the fuck you lying? Why?
Now, you may have seen some of these photos of me actually going to the UK and reviewing Coventry University, and I got to experience the lifestyle of students in the UK and the academic environment that you experience as an international student. Given that I've always been focusing on Canada as a destination, this was a very perspective and rich experience for me, because now I know when you should really choose to go to the UK and when you should choose to go to Canada. So first off, experience. Guys, UK provides some of the best experiences for international students to have fun. Here's the thing, in Canada, if you want to see mountains and you live in Ottawa, you're gonna have to take a 5-hour flight to get to Alberta and experience that. If you want mountains with a nice skyline, then you have to take another flight about 2 to 3 hours to get to Vancouver and experience that. If you want to really see historic stuff, then you have to go to Quebec City, which is probably about a 7-hour flight from Vancouver all the way to Quebec City. This is where UK triumphs over Canada. UK provides all of those experiences condensed without you having to take any flights anywhere. I mean, the city is buzzing. You have London, you have Birmingham, big cities, which provides all sorts of entertainment that you can possibly imagine with its diversity of experiences. I'm gonna say that if you're someone who's trying to settle abroad and you just kind of want a peaceful life as a student, you want to take it slow, Canada is for you because it just offers that environment. But if you're looking for a fast-paced lifestyle with a crazy ton of fun experiences that you could actually talk about for a lifetime, I think UK is the right destination. It's not the place to settle eventually because they don't have amazing permanent resident programs like Canada. But if you want a packed academic, fun lifestyle and career experience, UK is actually awesome. And if you're trying to really decide between UK and Canada, you could just do your studies. You could probably do your bachelor studies in UK and then move to Canada for your graduate studies, or just do vice versa, so you can have best of both worlds. Number 2, career experience. The one thing that really amazed me about the UK is how students actually get to work professional jobs as a student even before graduating. Guys, one of the things I noticed at Coventry University is when I went there, I met so many students, international students working as postgraduate ambassadors, residence ambassadors, people who have graduated and now working for Rolls-Royce or Jaguar. International students are doing amazing things in the UK. I'm not really sure about all these rumors that are being created about how students don't get jobs abroad. Guys, people who have landed in the UK and within 2 months they're landing professional jobs and are being able to cover their living expenses. This is big. I mean, honestly, I saw British people working odd jobs and international students or the immigrants working professional jobs in the UK. And this was very fulfilling, and that was just very inspiring to see. So all the things about the career aspects that you hear, the bad things, I would say, look guys, even if you go to Canada, there's always going to be that 10 to 15% of people who are always struggling to get jobs. I would say the same is probably applicable for UK. I can imagine how London could be overcrowded with the number of people available to job opportunities, but UK is still pretty massive. There are tons of other places where you can move to and still be able to land a great job. Number 3, your academic experience. Depending on who you are, if you love research, then you should totally go to the more traditional universities. But if you absolutely love learning hands-on stuff, but if you really love the hands-on experiences in your classroom and you really like the applicable side of things and you just love practical perspectives, then you should always choose a modern university like Coventry University. One of the things that was super impressive about Coventry was that literally when I was going to their business classes, I'm seeing students with VR goggles trying to build different data models and structures. They had literally paid actors for their medical students so that those paid actors could simulate some situations so the medical students can actually operate in that environment. They have like a freaking ambulance in the whole building just so that students can have that practical experience. Then engineers are literally getting to drive Formula One racing simulators. They're building autonomous vehicles just out of hobby as a project. Like, the amount of hands-on learning experience that students have at modern universities like Coventry was just out of this world. And lastly, the people. I was so surprised to see how friendly the people of UK are. Honestly, guys, I used to think there might be a little bit of racism in UK because that's what you hear, but there was absolutely 0% of racism that I actually faced. Even better, the infusion of immigrants and local British people was just incredible to see. I mean, if you go to Canada, maybe if you go to Toronto, it's gonna feel like it's a lot of Indians there because there's just a lot of Indians. But at the end of the day in Canada, you can, however, separate immigrants and local Canadians. You could kind of see that difference, but you can see that they're not infused enough. You can't call them one. But in the UK, you're literally seeing Chinese people, Indian people, local British people sitting in one group, and you cannot really separate that maybe the immigrant just came here 2 days ago or something like that. Everybody's just so well integrated and so naturalized there. It's very impressive to see. So you actually will never feel like an alien as an international student when you first move to the UK. So this is something that's really positive for any international student who's looking to adapt and learn from a new culture, because it's going to be a very easy, smooth transition for you. So those are my thoughts from my visit to the UK and trying to review a university and getting to see the culture, the academic experience that international students have personally, firsthand. Hope this video helped. If you want to see more, obviously I'm going to post more videos around Coventry University, your residence life as an international student in the UK. Plus, I actually am going to publish a video of all the students who are currently working in Jaguar, Rolls-Royce as a postgrad ambassador, as a campus residence ambassador, which will hopefully give you insights on how these guys landed their jobs and how they're being able to cover their own living expenses in the UK. So if you want to see that, make sure to like my page, follow it, follow me on Instagram. If you have any questions, make sure to share them in the comments. But that being said, guys, thank you for watching this. Hope it added some value, and I will see you in the next video.
I'm losing it.